So, hey, what we are doing tonight?
Hey friends, we're out doing street outreach. This is the first Code Purple that's been called of the season, and so often when that happens, like today, it was really warm today, and so it catches people off guard. So we want to make sure that we're out and that people know that Code Purple has been called and what the shelter options are. Some of y'all saw that we posted earlier. Can't get my words out. This information, so we make that so that we have these to take out on the street, so that people have all the information right together. So here's all the Code Purple shelters. A lot of times people don't know about these shelters. They don't know that Code Purple's been called or even what Code Purple is. So we often have to just explain that to people, what it is. So if you don't know what Code Purple is, it's when the weather falls below 32 degrees. So that's happening tonight. It'll be 30 degrees tonight, 27 I believe tomorrow, and the following day. So really cold. Our bodies haven't gotten used to the cold at all. So this is the weather where it's very dangerous for folks because we haven't even acquired the things that we need to keep our bodies warm. So that's what we're out doing. We're out sharing warming gear. The other thing that folks may not know is that these shelters, usually in the morning you have to leave a Code Purple shelter. So you need coats and gloves and things like that to accommodate the weather in that way.
And where is bus?
This is all the shelters, and again, the phone numbers and where they're located. And on the back, it says free bus ride to Code Purple shelter. So a few years ago we advocated for this. We talked to the city transportation department and the ART bus system and said, you know, access is a huge issue, right? If you're trying to get to these shelters, a lot of them are pretty far from each other and pretty far from downtown. And so we wanted to make sure that people, no matter where the shelters were, because sometimes they're in different places, that they could get to Code Purple even if they didn't have money to pay for a bus ride. And so there's a free bus ride to Code Purple shelter. So that was a few years ago that we advocated for that, and we're able to get that as a way for people to have access. And then now we have to again tell people, make sure that people know that they can hop on a bus and say, I'm riding to Code Purple shelter, and that's a free bus ride. And we know that this saves lives. These bus rides save lives. So thank you, bus drivers. Thank you, ART system.
And we already see some people tonight.
Yeah, we've already seen many people out. They were unaware of Code Purple. They were unaware of the Code Purple shelters, and that's what we're out to do, is to make sure that people have what they need to take care of themselves. And a lot of that is information, because our shelters are full and have been full with waiting lists often, and so Code Purple expands the shelter. That's the other piece. When it falls below 32, shelters are able to expand the capacity of folks that they're able to serve under the zoning, under the occupancy codes of zoning. And so that's what Code Purple does, is it gives us bigger capacity. I believe there are about 130 Code Purple beds this year. We have, I think it was 262 unsheltered people at the last point in time count, which has been some months ago, but is an indication that we still may not have enough shelter. Although we do have more shelter than we've had in years past, so we're very grateful for that. But
yeah, we have sleeping bags, jackets, because we find a lot of people and they was not aware. Then it's gonna be cold. Next day it's gonna be the first time. Then it's gonna be cold. Is today start I think 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be like 38, and it's gonna go down until the 36 in the morning. So this is why we have jackets for the people that are unaware about the cold weather that is coming. Like Amy was saying, we have the information too for people that decide to go to the shelter. They know the information.
That's right. So we're trying to find as many people as we can, and then we're also stuffing our pantry boxes. So this is something that you can do. There's several things that you can do. You can help us collect winter gear for folks. You can also help stuff the pantries with warm gear. Our pantries are on Google Maps, so you just have to put in Be Love Street Pantries on your Google map, and it'll show you where they all are, and you can come and just fill them whenever you want to. These are also adopted, so we have volunteers filling them. Thank you, awesome street pantry volunteers. Y'all are amazing. But we are out putting gear in them tonight because we are here to save lives. That's our work. We work as a part of, and this is something that we're really trying to teach people, as a part of the continuum of care through the Homeless Initiative. So which means that there's lots of different organizations all working to provide care for our friends on the streets. And we all take different roles because most of us aren't very big, so we don't have the capacity to do everything. So our role is community outreach, street outreach, which we started some years ago when there was absolutely zero street outreach going on in the community. And now there's a little bit more that have joined us. But it's absolutely vital that we get this word out and we find people that are in need of warming gear and that are in need of this information about Code Purple and these Code Purple shelter options.
So Bonnie Johnson say, what a blessing, and send a heart.
You're a blessing. Thank you for the encouragement.
And Joy say they are a few folks near Firestorm. They need jackets and blankets.
Okay, we head there next. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. They're in West Asheville.
And Joy say thank you too. And Joy is one of the people that keep the street pantry of West Asheville always full of good stuff.
Thank you so much, Joy, for that, for being our friend for a long time. We're really grateful for that. So that's what we're out doing, and that's our part in the continuum of care. There's other awesome folks that are doing shelter tonight, so that's their part in the continuum of care. And we need each other. We can't do it alone. They often don't have the capacity to do street outreach all over the county. That's what we are doing. They are there offering a warm place to stay. So that's how this works, and we're really grateful. And there's other folks that are doing case management and all sorts of things, which we do as well. So you may not know that we help people find housing. We help people find jobs. Sometimes we get negative feedback from folks that talk about things like that those are needs, and we do all those things. We do all those things kind of quietly, one-on-one. So we want to let you know that we're out helping people and we're resourcing people and making sure that people are taking those steps to move forward in life in ways that feel good for them, in ways that they're finding healing, in ways that they're finding connection here in the community. Community is a big part, I think, of what helps us to feel rooted and helps us to recover in lots of different ways. We have many people that are being pushed to the streets or on the edge. We call that housing insecure, and because of the housing crisis here. So we're building homes. You can often find us by day building at the Beulah Village because that's the solution. We know that we need homes for so many in our community. So we're going to go stuff the pantry. As the siren comes by, I'll just remind you that homelessness is a health emergency, and it's something that we can change. And we believe that all of us are a part of that. We all can do the things that are required to make our community better. And so I'll also remind you that there was a consultant team here from the National Coalition or National Alliance to End Homelessness. And they will be making a report and recommendations to our city and county of the things that we need. So we had multiple interviews with them, as did many other people, the resources that we need in this community. Things like shelter for all. We need to make sure that anybody that wants to go into shelter can access that shelter. That they don't have to have an ID, that there's not transportation access, that there's a shelter for them. Sometimes shelters get so designated that people don't fit the shelter system in different ways. So shelter access for all, long-term recovery options for folks, long-term mental health treatment. So what I mean is more than a week, because that's often what happens, inpatient. Prevention, homelessness prevention, which we do a lot of to keep people at home and not lose their homes. And finally, deeply affordable housing. So those are the things that we hope will come through that report, and we hope that our city and county will resource those. So that's something else that you can do, is advocate for the things that we need so that people people aren't homeless in our community, and that homelessness is brief if it happens at all.
And what are we gonna do tomorrow in the morning?
So tomorrow you'll find us out in Arden. I don't know if you've noticed around your home and community that there's kids standing at bus stops right now, and they are going to be out in the freezing cold weather in the morning. And so we have school bus stop kits that we're going to be handing out to kids to help keep them warm. So you'll catch us in the morning doing that, and that's really important. So it's one of the things that we hope that you see about D-Love is that, you know, we try to wrap our arms around the full community. So that means families with kids, it means our friends on the street, it means elders. We want to be here and show up for the people that need it the most, the people that are most vulnerable in our community. And we thank you for helping us to do that. So we're going to go stuff this pantry. I'm going to grab some. Some warm hats, some blankets, of course hot hands, very important, and of course this information that is very much life-saving.
And we invite people to donate jackets. Probably we're gonna share all the jackets that we have tonight. We're gonna need more for the next days.
That's right. And our donation center will be open from 11 to 1 tomorrow. You can drop off warm things there. With our awesome volunteers. Fruit going in here. The fruit has a lot of vitamin C and it helps take care of your body. And also food warms the body, right? It's calories, and calories are what help people stay warm. I'm gonna go get some more things. Got warm coats, some gloves, some water in there. Alright. So we're going to head to our next stop. We're going to be out just checking on folks. We typically run into quite a few people out as we do this. And again, as we educate folks, they can educate others, and that's really powerful. We really empower people and invite them to share with their peers about Code Purple so that more people know, and that is going to be saving lives. It's very, very powerful. So we're grateful for you for helping us do this important work. Everybody's worthy. Everybody's worthy of that. We don't want to lose anybody. So I was thinking about this tonight, Pancho, that this was the time that we lost our friend Janet Jones, who died on the street. She froze to death on the first cold night in October of 2016. So whenever we go back whenever we go out to do street outreach in October, my mind goes back to that. That we didn't lose her in January. We didn't lose her in February. We lost her in October right now. And that's why I say this time is so dangerous, because people often are very unprepared for that. And I'll remind you that was the catalyst for beginning our Be Love Village project. So every time I, pound a hammer, every time I run the drill, every time I see volunteers coming to work together to build homes, I remember that Janet didn't die in vain, that we are making sure that people have what they need, and that people have homes, because that's what people need the most, and a home and community, and that's what the Be Love Village does. And so I thank you for being here and supporting the work, because it's so essential, so very essential.
Yeah, I guess, and if you want to be in community with us, like we're gonna be this Saturday in Ginger Ranch. We're gonna be cooking some food. We're gonna have La Cocina de Mamá, that is our new food truck. We're gonna be screen printing t-shirts or jackets. You can bring your jacket and you want to be a screen print there.
Bring some jackets to donate.
Yeah.
So they started this last year. It's called Socktoberfest, because socks are really essential for folks to keep warm. And so they're collecting warm things, but we call it Socktoberfest. And this year we've added, it used to be they just kind of did a collection, but this year we've added some ways that you can come and just enjoy being together and be in community. We're going to do a piece for our Be Love Village project that's really fun. And you'll get to check out our new food truck, which is really awesome, our food truck with a mission. And just connect with us. And please bring warm gear to Ginger's Revenge. That's Saturday, 3 to 7.
3 to 7.
So again, thank you for helping us to do this and for coming along the journey. We're going to head west. Thanks, Joy, for letting us know about that. We've had some other friends out, I know, in Black Mountain tonight, making sure that we're checking on people and that people know about Code Purple. So thank you so much for, again, supporting the work that you can see. And please spread the word about Code Purple. That's why we post it on our social media, so you're aware, and that if you run into somebody on the street, you can help them to get to where they're going, to get to Code Purple Shelter, because you know where they are and you know how to contact them. So please do that work as well. We have to look out for one another. That's what it means to be neighbors. And what it means to love your neighbor is that you're there also passing on life-saving aid and care. And that makes such a difference. I can't tell you how many people, because we've been doing this work a very long time. I came to Asheville in 1999, so I run into people all the time that I knew when they were on the streets, and they're doing really well today. And they always give me a hug and tell me all about their life and what they're up to, and invariably say thank you. And I, of course, say thank you, because it's awesome to be in community with people. But they'll say, thank you for helping me get that job, or thank you for being there during one of the hardest times in my life. In fact, somebody reached out this week and asked if they could come and volunteer, because they're doing well, they're in recovery, and they wanted just to thank us for all that we had done. And the best way to say thank you, and we were so grateful, is to say, I want to give back. I want to give back and help others, because y'all were here for me when things were really hard, and now I'm doing well. I want to give back to others. So that is a beautiful thing, and that's our mission. That's what it's all about. So thank you. Go out there and keep loving each other.